Hey everybody, Tim Rosgany here. I want to talk to you about my dog, Willow, now departed. Willow, my ex-wife and I picked up Willow. She was 18 months. It was at a rescue. And yeah, I'm going somewhere with this. Willow was, and we didn't know it at the time, she was a red-bone coonhound, a beautiful creature. And we couldn't tell at first because she was so skittish and scared. And she would just drop to the floor and not move. It was, and she would do that. We had to go back a second time. And it was the second time we took a look that she was still there. And we took a second look at her and decided, I don't know. I fell in love with her. Very sweet. But also, we could tell. She was about 18 months old, we think. And she had some like abrasions on her elbows. So we figured she was kept in a kennel or something. But she spent like the first few days or week or so in the guest room hiding. She was so not necessarily abused, but neglected. That's what the sense we made. You never know with a rescue dog what the story was, but you could tell that she was skittish and easily cowed and but beautiful and gentle and oh so sweet. And over the years, she slowly but surely came out of her shell, but never. She was always this very gentle and not at all. She was such a good girl in some ways. But also, she was such a good girl that it was too much. I mean, she would, there could be food sitting there and she wouldn't touch it. You could just tell that she was it came from a place of, concern about being scolded, disciplined, whatever. And, it got to be kind of a joke with the kids and my ex and I. We would celebrate when Willow did something naughty. Like if she was in the living room and, there was some food there and she would gently, oh so slowly, gently reach over and grab a piece of food. And we would be like, oh my God, Willow did something naughty. And we'd celebrate. It was so unusual. And God bless her. She was this beautiful creature. But why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you this because I think that it's instructive about what people do. And especially people who have been through negative situations in the early life, that they shut down parts of them. Like Willow, just the idea of, she had to learn how to play. She had to learn how to, be silly or be naughty. I mean, we would celebrate it when she was naughty because I think there was something inside her that was like, no, I can't do anything wrong or else I'll be in trouble. And I think that speaks to us as well, that it's, there's a little, Willow inside some of us. I know that I've been that way. And, there was something about her that she seemed this gentle kind of old soul. And that you've heard people say that about a child sometimes. When a child is like wise beyond their years or they seem more mature or, they have this demeanor and they'll say, oh, she's an old soul or he's an old soul. And it sounds like it's a compliment. And I think that, unfortunately, all too often that comes from having that exuberant, joyful, playful, potentially even occasionally naughty energy, sort of beaten out of one or damped down to the point of almost being gone. So, a child is an old soul if they act like an adult. And children aren't supposed to act like an adult. They're not supposed to act like adults. They're supposed to be silly. They're supposed to be weird. They're supposed to be naughty, get in trouble. And so I think that there are too many human beings in this world who are like Willow. And I know for myself that I have that in me where I had that, and I still do. I mean, I like to be, I have that little child in me. And that little child is goofy and silly and fooled you. Sorry. But that little child likes to play. And so I've had to cultivate that because for the longest time, I was, so scared of being silly or being, letting myself shine, letting my energy out. And I think that it comes from this, being raised in an environment where it didn't feel okay or safe to be oneself. So, that idea of, if you do something unexpected or, you get the mess, you're being weird, stop being an idiot, stop being silly, don't be naughty. And that there's this thing that goes on where it's like we get to a point of feeling like we have to be perfect. We have to be, we can't do anything that's out of bounds. We can't let ourselves relax. We have to keep our guard up. And oh my God, what a way to live. So, and I think that, sadly, a lot of us are still there. And I've seen it. I see it in myself. I see it in others, where they just can't let themselves loosen up. They can't let themselves be silly. They can't let themselves be weird. And God forbid they should let themselves be naughty. So I have, I try to let that part of me out. And, I'm not, and I think, I don't know, I'm retired now. I don't have a job. I don't have to be serious. I'm not, I'm not always an adult. I don't have to play that role and play that game. So I get to be silly. So my girlfriend and I will go to Publix. Every once in a while, we like to have fun at Publix. But sometimes in the parking lot, she'll get in the car and then I'll go to the front of the car and I'll take my shirt off and I'll start twirling it around and being all sexy looking. And it's hilarious. I'm being a goof, and people will look. Oh my God, people see it. And you know what they do? They smile and they laugh. Think about what it's like when you see somebody being silly, an adult who should know better, who's jumping in mud puddles or acting like a goofball. And it makes you smile. And it's wonderful to see. So I'm suggesting, I'm challenging, I'm begging you to let that silly part of you out. Let yourself be weird. Let yourself be naughty. Let yourself be silly. Don't be mean. It's up to you. But I'm suggesting have some fun. And don't feel like you have to be that super serious person. You can't let that little kid inside you come out and play. And so, and I know that's not easy for some folks, especially. But, sing a song. Sing out loud in public. I get in touch with that part of me that, I can let go of some of that adulting stuff. I'm walking on the beach and I'm sort of just meandering with my feet in the waves, and I can let go. But it's it is a challenge sometimes to let go. So, what am I suggesting? Okay, so yes, be silly. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter if people think, oh my God, look at that person. He's acting crazy. Who the heck cares? Nobody cares but you. You're the one keeping yourself from letting that wonderful, exuberant, beautiful energy and light out and being playful. So stop doing that to yourself. And think of Willow and how sweet and wonderful she is. And I get that. She wanted to be a good girl, but being a good girl or a good boy, if that's all you are, If you feel like you have to do that all the time, that's not fun. You get to have fun. You get to play. You get to be silly. So, all right. You get the idea. And I will post a photo of Willow in the comments just so you can see how beautiful she was. And what a sweet, sweet thing. And you can appreciate how much joy we got when she stole a piece of food off of a plate because she let herself be naughty. So let yourself be naughty today. Let yourself be silly. Let yourself be weird. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. So anyway, with that, I will stop. I will wish you well. I hope you have a wonderful, silly day. And you'll see a link to my most recent video showing up any second, as well as a link to subscribe. And thank you for listening. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself and others. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care.